said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
I didn't mean to do that. I was like, what would it look? Nope, I shouldn't have done that. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Melissa Lee. This is Flash Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria is seen like unto a dream. You might hear my daughter yelling in the background. That's fine. I am coming to you live from Louisiana, but not New Orleans, where we have our fabulous crew that is doing their game. I'm in a different area in our lovely Airbnb. It really is. It's quite beautiful. Yeah, and I have, I decided to call this Flash Phantasmagoria Riding Uphill because I will have to type like way up here in order to do this because I didn't want to sit on the bed. I thought that would be a little bit odd. So at least we're doing this. Before we get started, as usual, let me find my stuff. Where's the... Where are all of the banners? There we go. All right. So first of all, we're saying hi to our friends, Destination D&D, happening in New Orleans right now, but they also have other stuff that's going to be happening. DestinationDND.com. Check it out. I know they have some other tours coming up soon. We're also going to take a moment to thank the Yuletide monsters that are coming out. So we have, I know that there's the Yuletide monster mugs that were created with Mab Labs, but there's also some other really cool things that I know Ansa had created. Like I know there's ornaments, and in the past there's been glasses and all kinds of things. So check out their stuff. Mab's Mobile Mercantile. I think there's also, yeah, I did a Mab Lab thing. Yeah, there we go. So you get to see some of the other merchandise that is available. So definitely check that out. Her stuff is awesome. Cool. Oh, also, I have a book that came out. I have two, actually. This is my second one. It's called Dread, Unnerving Tales and Poetry for Dark Nights. We are going to do our best to try to get it recorded in audiobook fashion for everybody. Before the end of the year. That is our goal. We don't know how realistic that is. It depends on if the baby sleeps. You know what that's like. Well, some of you know what that's like. Anyway. So thank you for joining me. Welcome to Flash Phantasmagoria. I wanted to, where did I put that? Oh, it's over here. Hang on one second. Okay. So normally, I don't have a lot of time to read. And when I do, I tend to read, I love reading collections of fiction, usually scary stuff, because I think it's fun and it sort of informs me as to what's going on in that realm environment. And it keeps me sort of like, oh, that's a really great concept. I should try something like that, but in a different direction. And I like being inspired that way. So rarely do I just sit around reading for fun. And then my friend Maddie let me borrow this book. It's called This Delicious Death by Kayla Cottingham. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but This Delicious Death by Kayla Cottingham. It's a young adult novel, first of all. And it's about a bunch of like high schoolers that go to a music festival and then terrible things start happening. And also, all four of our main characters are ghouls. There was some kind of event that happened recently that caused them to all turn into scary monsters. And then there are ways that they deal with that. But I found that fascinating. Just such a cool concept and well executed. There's a lot of moments of levity and, goofy stuff that's happening where, it's a bunch of teenage girls running around being silly. But there's a lot of moments that really grind it into reality and like really show up as here's how these teenage girls deal with being monsters every once in a while. And I found it fascinating. And that's the first time I've read anything in a long time that I was just reading for fun. And I think for a lot of us as artists in many medium, you approach your art as I want to make something that I want to look at or read or do, etc. Because you want to do something that gives you pleasure. That's why you're doing it. That's why you're creating. Sometimes we approach things as like we need a masterpiece. I need to have this thing make an impact. I need to have this thing make not just make sense, but to really be so important in the community. And it happens a lot with art, where you don't sit down just to color a picture. Like you sit down because you're like, okay, I'm going to make this thing and I'm going to work really hard on it. And sometimes it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to. And sometimes you have to put it away for a while. And that gets so frustrating. And I thought today, what might be a little bit different is that we're just going to do something that's, I wouldn't say it's silly, but I don't want to aim for anything that's like impactful. Which honestly, if I analyze what I've done in the past, I've definitely specifically been focused on aiming for like impactful, pretty much everything. Yes. Thank you, London. Yeah, not every work needs to be earth shattering. And we all want to make that thing. I think it's better when we sort of stumble on that thing. And I think today we're just going to make something that exists in the world and is fun. And that I'm not trying to be like, wow, I'm going to encompass my whole being into this creation. It's just, nope, let's just do something fun. So I don't do things for fun nearly as often as I used to. I think we all take ourselves very seriously, and that's important, but you need to have moments of levity as well. So I'm trying to figure out what a great subject would be to start off with. Let's go with teenagers. I don't think we've written anything about teenagers yet. So we're going to start with teenagers. Your piece, whatever you're doing, needs to include teenagers in some way. Now we need an environment. An environment you normally wouldn't find teenagers per se. Like instead of it being in a mall, maybe it's a warehouse, or maybe it's like a D&D dungeon, or maybe it's an abandoned building. It could be anything. Actually, when I was a teenager, I did some urban exploring in abandoned places. Maybe teenagers show up in abandoned buildings more than you would think. Anyway, so anyone have a comment about where you think this would show up? A location that teenagers could be in where normally they're not supposed to. And pardon me for a moment while I toggle around my computer so that I can see where I am. Today is the 21st. Cool. Ooh, a dying mall. Oh, yes. I mean, I love that. That's fun. But I feel like teenagers would be there. I mean, at least I will say teenagers in small towns will end up being there because there's nothing to do. That's still a good suggestion. I'll think that. Ooh, I like that one. A professional science laboratory. Teenagers in a professional science laboratory. Science laboratory, whatever that means to you. So that could be like an FBI lab, which is pretty cool, like CSI sort of thing. That could be a test lab for medications, anything. But okay, so we're teenagers in a professional laboratory, not like a school laboratory, but a professional laboratory. And let's go with a color, but I want it to be something a little bit more upbeat, like a golden yellow, or like a seafoam green, or something that you would like paint the room of a teenager if they were, like, hey, you're old enough now to take down all the pink unicorns if you want to, and then we're gonna paint your room. What color are we painting it? Like a fun, happy color. See, and my mom wouldn't let me paint my room black, so we settled on forest green. I got like a really dark forest green, but it was beautiful. I really loved it. Ooh, lavender. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, lavender. Okay, so we are going with teenagers. Oops, and I spelled that with too many E's, so it was teenagers. Science lab and lavender. Cool. So that's what we're going with today. Teenagers, science lab, lavender. Now I need to screen share things. And I chose some sort of upbeat music as well. Let me add to screen. This is again from Breaking Copyright, which is a YouTube channel And this one in particular, and I will put it in the comments. This is from a chill music playlist. This is called Danslan. Free with You. Okay. So Danslan is the name of the person. And then Free with You is the official title. So there we go. I'll scroll back up. I also chose this because it is 4 minutes and 12 seconds. So it's almost exactly how long we need to have, which is 5 minutes. We are using 5 minutes. I'm going to pull that up on my phone. 5 minutes to create something that involves teenagers, a science laboratory, and the color lavender. And we're not going for earth-shattering here. Just create. Okay. Here we go.
You know just how time-consuming it can be searching for war.
Shut up. You have 30 seconds. Finish up whatever it is that you're putting together. I'm not thrilled with mine, but it exists. There it is. Whew. Okay. Sorry about that. So, teenagers, science lab, lavender. Mine didn't even enter the theoretical stage. Okay, thanks, London. Yeah, mine, I don't think, this is rare, I don't do this very often, but I don't think I'm actually going to read it. Not because I think it's bad, it's not poorly written, but it ended up going down this track of like, you know, teenagers releasing animals from like a science lab. And I don't really want to talk about that. But that's what came to my head, and that's totally valid. And I don't have to do anything with it. I'm not even post it today, probably. I know, we'll see. But it did happen, and we did something. And maybe somebody watching the replay here, or somebody who's at home watching this now and got inspired to keep doing something with this random assortment of images, will come up with something really cool. Or they won't. And it's also totally valid to just do, just exist. So yeah, I'm going to take a quick moment to thank all of our sponsors. Nat 21 Adventures is the general concept here. We have a bunch of other things that are happening on the channel on a regular basis. So please check out all the rest of the stuff that's normally on this channel. It's pretty awesome. And it's varying flavors. We have gothic horror gaming. We have, we have creating with a crew where they just craft stuff, which is always fun. The main game is usually kind of silly, but a lot of fun and goofiness. Shakespeare doing his sonnets, Modern Mondays with Lady Prue. There's a lot of fun stuff to check out on the channel. Also, please check out Destination D&D for any destinations that are coming up soon. I know that they're going to Italy for around the holidays. I don't know if that's a tour or if they're just vacationing. And then I know there's going to be some stuff coming up next summer in 2025. So definitely check out Destination D&D to find out more information about that. I have a book out. It's called Dread. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Amazon. That's what I wanted to say. You can find it on Amazon. There's a tiny URL I can throw in real quick. Tiny URL. Dread the book that I think Shakespeare made for me. So you can follow that to find the book if you'd like. I'm really proud of it. It's a really cool book, and I'm glad that I took the time to put that together. I really like it, and I hope you would like it too. Yeah. Next week, we close in on Thanksgiving, so I don't think that we're going to have any Gothic horror next week, but then hopefully the following week, I'm going to prepare my own game that I will start running with various school players, and we'll see how far we get. But until we see you again, keep creating, and I don't know, damn the consequences. Have a good day, friends.